If you are one of the 1.3 billion Windows users out there, you've come to the right place. We're going to take a look at this Ubuntu 22.10 from the eyes of a Windows user. Like myself, I don't use Windows as much, but I use both Linux and Windows. Inside a virtual box, Windows 10 is the host. Let's full screen this. Alright, so the purpose of a Linux system should be to make life easier, or at least attempt to make life easier if you're running, say, a Windows machine. Because if it doesn't make life easier, then why use Ubuntu or any Linux-based system? And I think this latest Ubuntu 22.10, there are improvements to make life easier. As an example, the sound settings, the drop-down menu, settings in general, and the sound settings have been improved. Now these shortcuts here, as we see, wired, balance, night, light, and dark mode, I believe Ubuntu called these pods. I like to call them bubbles, but you can call them what you wish. For example, in dark mode, this will switch to dark mode. Click again, and it switches to normal light mode. By the way, this will run a little faster if you do a full install. I chose not to. If we go to the sound shortcut here to the right, we can click the right arrow. This is also new and improvements, some drop-down sound settings. I like that versus having to go to the full settings application and searching sound. A little shortcut, a little quickie there. It is an improvement. I like it. One little gripe, if Ubuntu is going to improve the drop-down settings, why not make this list a little bit longer all the way to the bottom of the screen? Just a thought. Again, it's no big deal, but I think adding a few more settings would make life easier. We have the screenshot software here, shortcut, very nice for screen recording also. I think this is easier in this than it is in Windows for taking a screenshot. Just a personal observation. And the power here, this has also been improved, the power shortcuts, adding restart, suspend, power off, and log out. This also has for the the WebP format, this has default support. You're able to view a WebP image format off the web. In previous versions of Ubuntu, you had to install software such as gthumb. So for example, I downloaded a WebP image. All right, let's go to downloads. Sample WebP. And there you go. Snaps and Flatpaks. Well, in Firefox, Snap package software is the default, are the default packages for Ubuntu. I'm not a big fan in general of snaps and Flatpaks, not yet. They can be unpredictable, meaning they're too slow, they won't launch. In my previous test of Firefox and Ubuntu base, it took over 2.5 minutes to launch. No joke. In this, there appears to be an improvement. Obviously, it didn't take that long. And so, yeah, I like speed in anything. So nicely done. Firefox as a snap. You can install more software from the software store. The shortcuts are here to the left. These are favorites that you can rearrange accordingly and add favorites to the left dock. You can click here and explore software. For example, let's try OBS. We click that, and if we see here, yeah, snaps only. Now, look, you may not have a problem installing snaps. For me, they are hit and miss. As a general rule, I like to stick to the default package for Ubuntu-based system. The software package manager Synaptic is great, or you can install with the .deb packages. In general, I don't care for snaps or Flatpaks. Again, just a personal observation in my multiple tests. But if it works, great, keep it. Right-click on the desktop as far as colors and customizations. Right-click, change background. I'm not into customizing that much. I think Ubuntu by default, how it looks is perfectly fine. You can change the colors here. And yeah, again, this is just a personal preference. Let's take a brief look and see what's installed or what I would use as a Windows user. All right, of course, the calendar I would use, the top here, click that, instant calendar access, very nice. I would use, VLC is not installed by default. I am stunned. That is the premier media player for both Linux and Windows. I installed Simple Screen Recorder as a snap, Blue Recorder as a snap. I could not get the microphone to work. I'm not sure why. Maybe a full install would solve the issue. Again, I'm running this with Windows 10 with OBS Studio Windows 10. And I think it's working fine. I'll find out when I'm done. But as far as software goes for Windows users, I prefer Chrome. web browser instead of Firefox. Let's see, I believe you have Thunderbird email client. I use both in Windows and Linux. I like this a lot. So yeah, I mean, look, if this collection of software is not for you as a Windows user, it's no big deal installing extra software. You can do this through the terminal, but it's probably going to be easier to go to the software center, the shortcut on the left, and install what you need to install. So look, real brief, not belief, but in conclusion here, I think this is an improvement. You can get more information off the Ubuntu website for Ubuntu 22.10. If you are a Windows user, keep in mind that these incremental updates for the OS are every 6 months for Ubuntu. This has only 9 months support. So yeah, unless you have a spare machine like a ThinkPad, I would not install this to use every day. I would install the LTS version for Ubuntu to make life easier. But if you wanted to test this, you should. I think it looks terrific. It feels terrific. Firefox as a snap didn't take all day to launch. So yeah, give it a shot. Who knows? This might replace your current Windows system. Nicely done, Ubuntu. That's it for this one, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Arrivederci.